Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's your boy Raven back, coming at you with an informative series focused on Destiny, aiming to help those with some vault issues right now. And with the coming of the Taken King and some fairly limited vault space as is, you might need to do a little spring cleaning, and I'm here to help you with that, to aid you in this time of need. Now, a lot of people will go on about what weapons to use with what perks to use, but when it comes down to it, if you've been playing since day one, you probably have a vault filled with very similar weapons, either perk or stat-wise. Now, what this will do is inform you from a pure stat basis exactly what weapon compares to how. This will not be going into the perks of the weapons, but simply how they are at their base stats. First and foremost, in Destiny, weapons are categorized into one another with a specific rate of fire to a specific impact ratio. Now, for our starting weapon, the auto rifles, there are three separate categories of the rate of fire to impact ratio, and from the naming conventions that started in beta, there's the Miyamoto Style, the full rate of fire, followed by the Shinjin Style, which is still a high rate of fire, down to the Galahad, the high impact style. Now, the first category in auto rifles for comparison is the Miyamoto Style, aka the bullet hoses of Destiny. They boast a maximum rate of fire of 100, but a nearly non-existent impact rating of 2. Now, this category of auto rifle is not extremely well known for being stable or controllable, and really benefit from the stability boosting perks of perfect balance and counterbalance. Now, footage shown for this category of auto rifle is that of the Atheon's epilogue, found in the vault of glass dropped from Atheon himself on either normal or hard mode. Its stats hold a range of 15, a stability of 34, a reload of 71, magazine size of 70, with an aim assist of 82. Now, in general, the stats for the Miyamoto style auto rifles are fairly baseline and comparable to one another. Now, those in the category that are not up for comparison belong to the exotic Necrochasm and its legendary counterpart, Eidolon Ally. So starting this off, the first up for comparison are for those for the pre-Dark Below, or the vanilla of Destiny, but mostly are no longer widely available, just in case you have some tucked away in the vault. So first up, we have the Hexcaster Arc, formerly found from the Crucible Quartermaster, boasting a somewhat noticeable range difference of +9 and even more noticeable stability difference of -13. Negligible +6 reload, 4 shots missing from the magazine, and a -15 aim assist, so a fairly noticeable difference from the epilogue. Moving along to Dr. Nope, or as it was known for a couple of my friends, Medical Practitioner No Thank You, formerly from the Vanguard Quartermaster, holding stats very close to the epilogue. +2 in the magazine, +2 range, -2 stability, -3 reload, -3 aim assist. Very much close to the epilogue. So now we go to Unwilling Soul 9 from the Dead Orbit vendor. It is still a Dead Orbit auto rifle, listed several times due to the perk allocation differences that were allowed between Vanilla to the Dark Below to House of Wolves. However, stats, they are identical from one another, and from comparison, +8 range, +2 to magazine, -12 stability is somewhat noticeable there, -3 reload, -14 aim assist, so somewhat comparable to the Hexcaster with the load and magazine of Dr. Nope. So now we move on to the bullet hoses of the Dark Below. Starting it off is the Payback SOS, The Vanguard Quartermaster replacement for Dr. Nope, its main differences is it has a higher reload and a minor magazine difference, 2 bullets. So fairly interchangeable between one another. Now moving on to the Iron Banner debut of a similar as Wrath, which is still available but actually had an entire category shift from the Dark Below to the House of Wolves. Now, it has -1 range, +2 stability, 5 reload, -4 shots in the magazine, and -8 aim assist, so very, very comparable to that of Atheon's Epilogue. Now rounding off this category of auto rifles is the singular bullet hose of House of Wolves, the AR-760 Truth Serum, found as a strike reward. It is quite comparable to the Unwilling Soul, with 1 lower range and a slight lower reload and 6 higher stability from that weapon. Now as far as personal recommendations of what to keep and what not to keep, I don't really like this category of auto rifle, to be honest, so I have no real opinion of it, and probably it's only going to be Atheon's Epilogue that really finds a place in my own vault, aside from the Necrochasm, which pretty much has a better everything to the Atheon's Epilogue, minus a little bit of aim assist. Yeah, once I'm actually able to find Crux in Crota's End hard mode. The second category of auto rifles for comparison is the Shingen style of auto rifles, boasting a rate of fire of 88 and an impact of 8. The footage and benchmark for this category goes to a very fresh Abyss Defiant found in Crota's End hard mode, dropped from the bridge encounter. Stats for the Abyss Defiant are a 25 range, a 44 stability, a reload of 85, 31 rounds in the magazine, and an aim assist of 75. Now, as a whole, there still isn't apparently a lot of stat variety in the Shingen category of auto rifles, but there are some outshiners. However, the Shingen category was not represented in legendary form in vanilla Destiny, with only a few rares in the Cydonia AR2 that even show up in this category in vanilla. So comparisons will be starting from the Dark Below. So leading us off is the Up for Anything, one of the Vanguard Quartermaster auto rifles for the Dark Below. And when compared to the Abyss Defiant, it holds a negligible +2 range, quite substantial +26 stability, and -26 reload, +7 in the magazine, and -13 to the aim assist. Moving on to the Crucible Quartermaster auto rifles first, for the people, holding +5 range, +22 stability, -20 to reload, +3 in the magazine, and -18 of aim assist from the Abyss Defiant. It is very comparable itself to the Up for Anything. And the second Crucible auto rifle, the Do-Gooder 5, quite baseline to the Abyss Defiant, with -3 range, -2 stability, -8 reload, -2 to the magazine, and -5 aim assist. Quite baseline comparable. Though that finishes the representation of this auto rifle in the Dark Below, moving on to the House of Wolves with the Crucible dropped first rule DHYB, which as far as I can gather means don't hold your breath, possibly. In comparison, it holds a +6 to range, +2 stability, -6 to reload, -3 bullets in the magazine, and a -25 aim assist. So again, very baseline comparable. Moving on to the low-down P-XIV, or 14, however you're feeling, which is the Crucible Quartermaster auto rifle, comparing a -3 range, but a nice +32 to stability. Sadly, a -29 to reload, only a -3 to aim assist, and +4 bullets in the magazine when compared. And on to the Vindicator 11, the new Monarchy auto rifle of the House of Wolves, and the replacement for the Vanquisher 8. It is also quite baseline, comparable, -4 range, +4 to stability, -1 to reload, -1 bullet in the magazine, and -14 to aim assist. Which segues us to the new Silimar's Wrath, which I just realized I may have misspoke earlier to Similar again. Again, Iron Banner auto rifle, and again, quite comparable except for stability, -5 range, astonishing +42 to stability, -30 to reload, -1 to aim assist, and 9 more bullets in the magazine when compared. So that actually wraps it up for the Shinjin style of auto rifles. So as far as recommendations go, again, not really my favorite style of auto rifles without focus fire, to be honest. And even though Abyss Defiant does have that, it's actually not one of the best in its categories. I mean, sure, it has an element, but there are autos with better stability, which only gives Abyss Defiant an edge on reload. So yes, while Abyss Defiant is a raid elemental primary, and it does have focus fire, up for anything, for the people, low down, the new Silimar's Wrath, are all very good candidates for spots in the vault, if these autos are your thing. Which brings us to the final category in the auto rifles of Destiny, the Galahad styled auto rifles. Holding a slightly noticeable rate of fire drop in 77, but an incredible increase in impact at 28. Now the footage and benchmark for comparison is the Shadow Price, the Vanguard Quartermaster auto rifle from vanilla Destiny, and perhaps one of the very first must-have legendary auto rifles in Destiny alongside the Vanquisher 8. Stats held by the Shadow Price are a range of 37, a stability of 56, a reload of 67, an aim assist of 45, and a magazine count of 25. So not in direct comparison at this time is the original king of PvP, the Suros regime, and not pictured to the side is the Wolf Slayer's Claw. Starting comparison, we roll all the way back to vanilla and start with the other highly sought after auto rifle, the Vanquisher 8, formerly available in the new Monarchy vendor. Holding a -5 range, a -2 stability, +5 to reload, an equal aim assist rating, and only 3 bullets shy in the magazine when stacked against the Shadow Price. So bringing up the rear of the vanilla comparisons of once considered the lesser of choices of legendary auto rifles is Grim Citizen 3, or the Third. Once available from the Crucible Quartermaster, it holds +5 to range, -17 to stability, -2 to reload, -8 to aim assist, but 1 extra bullet in the magazine. Segueing right into the House of Wolves, as there is no comparable auto rifles in the dark below. Starting with Dispatch I-11, a strike reward, maintaining -15 range, -28 stability, -9 to reload, -10 to aim assist, and again, 1 extra bullet in the magazine. We move on to the Pest Control Matrix, available at the Vanguard Quartermaster. Again, -9 range, -10 stability, -8 to reload, +10 to aim assist, and 2 extra bullets in the magazine. And now we start with those Galahad style auto rifles available for reward in the House of Wolves, the higher end content. Starting off with her right hand, available in either Queen's Wrath packages or Prison of Elders in the locked chest at random. It holds a -8 to range, a -7 stability, -1 to reload, -1 aim assist, and an equal magazine size, quite comparable to the Shadow Price. On to the Wolf Slayer's Claw, available from Varix at the cost of Weapon Core and an Elemental version, available from level 35 Prison of Elders. It holds a -4 to range, a -17 stability, a -8 to reload, and +20 to aim assist, with 3 less in the magazine. So it's not the worst replacement to the Shadow Price. Last but not least is the Summoner, the Trials of Osiris auto rifle, with regular versions available from Brother Vance, with 7 wins on a Trials passage, and elemental variations available on Mercury with flawless Trials runs. Maintaining -5 range, -2 to stability, -5 to reload, +5 to aim assist, and 2 more bullets in the magazine. Again, very baseline comparable. So my own recommendations for this category of auto rifle, which is finally my favorite category, Well, it seems that if you got your hands on and actually kept a Shadow Price or a Vanquisher 8 from Vanilla, then with a little help from Etheric Light, it'll still end up being a star of the show for this category of auto rifles, with only the in-game House of Wolves legendaries really even being comparable. So there you have it, the lowdown stat-wise for the auto rifles of Destiny. Hope you found this informative in your spring cleaning needs, but now it's time for this bird to flock off. I've got a Shadow Price to ascend. Catch you later, Guardians.